Welcome back, Part 4, Metal Gear Solid 3. We have stolen Major Rykhov's uniform and are using a mask which replicates his face. Now we must go recover the weapons scientist Sokolov and get the data on the Shagohod, the treading behemoth. This nice big tank over here in the hangar, which, mentioned earlier, can fire nuclear missiles from just about any terrain. Now this is a very short-lived segment where you walk through. You can go back to the previous area, have a little bit of fun as Rykov. Salute some of the men. You can also punch them, and they will become scared of you. And this really leads to a sequence where you're talking with Sokolov, and as we're about to find out here, Volgin discovers who you really are. Finds out that you took his clothes. You're wearing a mask that makes you look like him. And takes you down to the torture room, where you are tortured during a sequence. So I think there's only one. I can't skip the first part of the torture sequence, but I can do a little trick, a little tip that I can give you for those of you who want a better ranking in the end. Because losing a lot of bars of health can take away from your. You can take away from your overall ranking. I'll give you a higher one. So here, it's completely black. You have a black bag over your head, so you can't see anything. The only thing you can hear is Sokolov being tortured. The little trick I'm going to show you is to prevent you from taking a lot of damage in this torture sequence. So I have to wait for a certain moment, though.
Who is Khrushchev's lapdog?
How can you do this to him?
I know you gave the data to someone.
Never do that.
You! I guess he's dead.
Well, Sokolov's dead.
Now then, I hope you prove more entertaining than he was. But first...
This is one of those things where if you've taken a lot of damage, he'll have different remarks about your body. For example,
What a beautiful body you have. Like a newborn baby.
which means that you haven't taken that much damage. You're in relatively good condition.
But not for
Now, when the subtitles pop up with this one right here,
Let's
hold
get
in the
started.
R2 button, and you'll notice your health bar does not get drained during this sequence. It's great to help preserve your overall ranking at the end of the game.
Sokolov. Or maybe it's the legacy. Answer me. Who is helping you? Who let you in here? Oh. You're a tough one. But even you must have your limits. I am a patient man.
And that does it for that torture sequence. It gets even more intense in this next cutscene involving you being electrocuted by Volgin. And this is where Big Boss also loses his eye. And now, in typical Metal Gear fashion, we're in a section where we're imprisoned. With this, it's relatively easy to escape. So this guard can sometimes get diarrhea, but first we will take the fork and dig out the transmitter and the bullet that was shot into our leg by the boss.
Huh? What? You don't want this?
Now, this is the sequence in particular where I'm probably going to do really, really bad and get into a lot of different alert phases, so you'll have to bear with me here. I am not a master at this particular sequence. I normally just am under the philosophy of, it's a prison break, run. Run like hell. If only I could play that Pink Floyd song while this is happening.
Huh?
There, we knocked him out. Let's see if he's got any ammo on him. Smoke grenade, nice. And some ramen noodles. Nothing in the torture room. Let's hurry up and raid this place before he wakes up. That means run through the door, Snake. Ooh, neat. Now with this, we're just gonna run for it, because it's like right as soon as you get out here, there's a guard who can hear your footsteps. You're naked, you have no camo. Just need to run. Oh, that was actually pretty good. I didn't get caught. Yep. It has begun. Tackle him. No, I was going to drop a smoke grenade, but that's okay. We're almost out of here. I'm just really, really bad at this sequence. I've never fully mastered it. Oh, well, that sounds great. Oh, well, there's the dog. That's what I was looking for, and I didn't see the dog initially. So, alright. Start crawling. Get to the sewers. Oh. Well, I guess I can't shoot him. Better toss a pineapple in. Eva's calling to tell us that they are now patrolling through the sewers looking for me. Let's go on ahead and dig this bullet out. So, alright. That wasn't so bad. It could be a lot worse. I could have run into the riot guys. I could have got myself killed. Also, being naked is like the same, pretty much the same in the mountain section of this game. You lose your stamina a lot faster due to the fact that your body is unable to retain heat as well. Especially since it's cold outside. So, let's move through here. I don't know why it stopped there for a second. But... And the dogs are already in the sewers chasing after us. Or after Snake, I should say. Yes, they're chasing after us, the viewers, and me. I'm getting a little transcendental here for a second. That ought to throw them a little bit off my trail. They don't like the smoke. See if we look behind us, we might be able to see him. Well, maybe not, because there we go. We got one of them before we enter this sequence where we do a leap of faith into the river, which leads us to our next boss fight, which is not really that big of a boss fight. It's a very cool sequence involving the Sorrow, who was part of the Cobra unit but died, and now his ghost is here. And this is another reason why you should not kill a lot of people in this game, because during this sequence, any guard that you have killed will come past you, and you have to go through all of it, walk to the end of it, or you could drown yourself, but then you would not get to the Sorrow's camo, which I highly recommend getting, as it is a very good camouflage. So we have that man there who died from the helicopter in part 1. And even the Cobra unit will be down this river as well. They're here by default. because even if you do tranquilize them, although it does not count as a kill, they always show up here. Do not let the spirits grab you, as they will begin to start draining your life. He will also do these little attacks here, which can drain your life a little bit. Sometimes they can be a little difficult to dodge. Other times, not really. It makes for a good jump scare for those who have never played the game before. Yeah, nice little thing. It's not something that you're used to if you're playing at like 3 o'clock in the morning, kind of tired, and then that just happens. Let's see, and that green little aura is where you are taking it's taking some of your life away. So there will be these little chattering skulls in the water which can also take your life. There shouldn't be that. Let's see. Oh, well, I took another hit. Couldn't really dodge that one too well. Weird telekinetic blasts. Let's see, and there's the Fury. So it looks like I've only killed one man so far, which is good. Let's see. If you kill a lot of people, he also comments about how you're, comments about death and all this other stuff. Other than that, he's like, yes, excellent. And then he goes, it's time for you to wake up. Now, the very first time I played this game, this threw me off. You approach the Sorrow's body here in the water, telling you to go back to your own world, and it drains your health bar. And it says Snake is dead. And this threw me off. I was like, continue, and I started the battle all over again. What you're supposed to do is take the revival pill here to wake you back up.
Boss, you have to shoot me.
I can't.
Shoot me. You want to finish your mission, don't you? Then you'll have to shoot me.
And, yeah, water. So you were pretty much on the verge of death when you were dealing with the Sorrow, so... Now, if you do not take the transmitter out of your shoulder, you will have to deal with some of the Ocelot unit here in the woods. So I highly advise taking out the transmitter to save yourself a bit of a headache. We're moving right along in MGS3. Head behind the waterfall to make contact with Eva, who has all of your equipment. And no, we're not going to save our data. This is definitely a game that I feel confident whenever I play. I don't have to save too often.
The Shagohod's booster.
Yes, we know.
Eva.
Another 20-minute scene.
Do you
Yeah. Man. Alright. Back in the saddle. Actually, we'll go with Splitter due to the... let's see. And defeating the Sorrow automatically gives you his camo uniform, which... The special ability of that camo is that it allows your footsteps to not be heard, so you can sneak up on an enemy and deal some... You can choke them out or whatever you want to do. Alright, let's not equip the instant noodles as we do not need them. Not going to need any of those. We'll keep the motion detector on. But for the most part, we're traveling light. Let's see if there's any items along the way. A suppressor for the M1911. Some styptic. Bandages. Can never go wrong with Mark 22 ammo. Also, at the end of this tunnel, there will be a cardboard box. It is imperative that you pick up this box, because we will be repeating the same trick as when we infiltrated the weapons lab here, which takes us right into the Shagohod hangar. So make sure you definitely pick this up. It saves you the headache of having to go through the entire base again. Just get to that same truck, jump inside, equip the box, and you're on your way to the Groznygrad Shagohod hangar. Now out here can be a little bit tricky. There's 3 guards right over here who are hanging out, having a little bit of a break. Let's make sure that I'm wearing the optimal camo. See if there's nothing better. Other than spider camo, it does not look like it. And I'm wearing splitter, so it's daylight. Not really going to get much out of this. Shooting these guys in the correct order, which I just did, is imperative to make sure that they do not go into caution mode. Also, this guy it is a little bit harder to hit due to the... There we go. Wow, I didn't mean to do that part, but... Let's see. Making sure there are no guards around. Let's see, did I equip that cardboard box? No, I did not. I should probably have done that earlier. Let's see, cardboard box B. And the armory is still destroyed, so it's always a plus. Jump in and done. On our way to the Shagohod hangar. Same guy, same voice actor, everything. It's just here. You're in the weapons lab now. So Eva's key that she gives you to the hangar was pretty much not useful. Alright. Huh? See. I missed. Need to take this gentleman out over here. Let's see if I can get this guy here. That should take him down eventually. Yeah, there, I just heard him drop. There's a guy here at the top of the stairs. And here we can get a good vantage point over the entire hangar to make sure that we can knock out anybody who may stand in our way, whether they be engineers or armed guards. Also pick up a ration. There should be another engineer over... Ah, here we go. Here's an engineer. Ooh. Take care of him. God, it's just so fun just tranquilizing people. Sadly, don't have that option in the original Metal Gear Solid. It's just knocking them out or killing them. So my kill count whenever I play MGS1 is usually pretty high. Unless you play the remake Twin Snakes, which they give you an M9. tranquilizer gun, so that way you can... Let's see, and... Let's see... there we go. Now let's start planning some C3. Now, in harder difficulties, make sure that you put the C3 in a place that's not as obvious as I'm doing, because if a guard sees you plant it, then you're screwed. You have to start over. That's never fun. I think there may be one engineer that I missed. I'm just making sure, because there's usually an engineer in that spot that I was worried about. And yes, there he is. Let's see, we'll drop him. And then the last fuel tank is right over here. Because the Shagohod uses rocket fuel. Which then leads into a sequence with Colonel Volgin, one of the primary antagonists of the game, and you have to fight him. So I've never really quite understood the fight, really. I just used the Mark 22. But he really wants you to fight hand-to-hand for you to put away your gun. He even tells you to put away your gun. If his lightning bolt attack hits you while you have a gun equipped, it makes all of your rounds go off. So we'll take our suppressor off. And he does this little attack here. Some pretty good hits. And when you reach the halfway mark, there'll be a little cutscene where he commands Ocelot to try to shoot you, and he defies that order. And then he starts intensifying his attacks. Always lie on the ground diagonally whenever that attack comes up. Prevents you from being hit. Oh, wow. Interesting. Ooh, nice. Actually doing pretty bad. There we go. And then he drops the Cold War camo, which I think has something to do with the soldiers and how they react to you. I think if you use them on a certain enemy type, they won't attack you, or they may become intimidated by you, or with some enemy types, they may even straight up attack you. It's really weird camo. I'd have to. I'm not too familiar with it. I'd have to read a little bit into it to find out exactly what it does. Then we begin an action sequence, escaping from Grozny Grad, and you've got the Shagohod coming after you. So equip the RPG-7. At this point in the game, killing people doesn't really matter unless you're going for a high ranking, personally. Due to the Sorrow fight, I really don't care at this point. So I'm going to pretty much start killing now. Using the M16. You can't really do any damage to it right now, so we just have to worry about infantry.
There we are! They're over here!
Anytime, Eva. You can start driving. Anytime. Start driving away. Could have avoided this situation completely if you just would have sped off. kick on this is extreme. Not too bad, though. M16 is a very good weapon in the Metal Gear games. Very inaccurate, though. Ugh, dispatched all of them so that way they can't deal damage to me. Scripted sequences. Alright. Moving right along. Ocelot's chasing after us, he really wants to kill Snake. Yeah, okay. I'm not even mad.
There they are.
Take care of him. I didn't get him. Oh wow, one bullet. Tear both of them. And the faster that you dispatch these enemies, the faster you can get out of that particular area, so you don't have to keep on like running away or... There we go. Never lost that much health. That's not too bad. Moving out on the runway. This part's going to run a little bit over due to this sequence. I really don't want to end this episode in the middle of this chase or escape, whatever you want to call it. Right, let's switch over to our light machine gun for this part. Deal with these guys. Making our way out to the runway. Make sure to try to always hit the driver. Hitting the driver instantly ends their ability to chase you, so they crash. Let's see, any other takers? Oh, yeah, they're gonna spawn right behind me. Okay. Nice little tip coming up for you with this next part. The Shagohod is now going to start increasing its speed, chasing after you, activating its rocket boosters. For this sequence, the RPG-7, you are going to be spamming this a lot. The Shagohod will attempt to attack you. During this sequence, you can keep on shooting it with the RPG-7 like this. I know it's going to be a little bit painful to watch, but I'll try not to use the iron sight that much. But it'll drop back, it won't be able to attack you, and you have infinite ammo, so you might as well just keep on doing this. And you do a little bit of dent, you take a little bit of a dent in its armor. Eventually you'll even start to see it go a little bit further back. So you really have to spam it though. Something that I've discovered in my many playthroughs. Like that, he's just pretty far back now. You just just gotta keep on hitting him and suppress him, make him move back. Wasting ammo, infinite ammo. Alright. For the rail bridge. Which we're going to... There's a nice C3 charge here that we can detonate and drop the Shagohod into a ravine.
I planted one C3 charge. The Shagohod's not here yet. Let it come closer. It's still too early.
Let's see.
Shagohod's not here yet. Let it come closer. It's still too early. The Shagohod's not here yet.
Okay. Get that. The Shagohod will fall into the ravine, speed out, and then it initiates the next boss battle where we have to fight the Shagohod. So, in typical Metal Gear fashion, the weakness of the Shagohod is the treads, or the legs, if you like. You see a nice little spark. For some reason, I think this might be bugged. It was even like this in the original version. Even though I hit the treads, it still doesn't always stop. I've never quite understood that, and it does a nice little jump. There we go. It's still, like, it'll still trying to turn with you. It's... There we go. Nice dent in the back of its armor. Nice, dropping frame rate there for a second. The weakness of all Metal Gears is the legs, or any variation of Metal Gear, whether it be like the Shagohod, Peace Walker, Metal Gear Zeke. See, even though the tread's electrocuting, it still turns around. I've never quite understood that. Let's move right around. Let's dent the armor. I missed. See, and it's still fucking turning.
You're wearing him down.
There we go. One more good hit and we should be done. Don't like the look of that. There we go. Now this is just the first half of the Shagohod fight. The next half, Volgin is outside of the Shagohod, standing on top of it, and Evo's luring him around. So you can do this, stop him, and then you use your... You can use your Mosin Nagant that you can unlock in this game, or for me, I'm just going to kill Volgin. And then eventually he'll be more attracted to you. Let's see, it's going for another headshot here. And that does it for Volgin. So, 2 headshots, and you take him down. Volgin, unlike the other bosses that I've mentioned with tranquilizing, he's actually a lot easier to just outright kill than to tranquilize, but if you're going for 0 kills, use your Mosin Nagant or your Mark 22. And I'm going to pause here, and in this end part 4, in part 5 we'll resume the escape into the woods and try to finish off Snake Eater in the next part. So until then, Phantasm Mask here, signing off.